Hey, everybody. It's such a great night, especially because you're joining us. I cannot wait to have you join us for the show tonight. So if it's your first time watching, all we want you to do is start commenting and participate in the conversation. We'll read your comments. And tonight we're giving away 4 tickets to the next Colts home game. So we'll see you right after this. Hey everyone, it's Katy Man, and I am here in the Edge Media Studios tonight with a special guest. This is my friend, Heather Chastain. She is an author, an entrepreneur, a mom, a wife, retired from in front of the camera, and we brought you back.
Well, actually, I wasn't in front of the camera. I was a news producer. I was behind the camera.
Okay, behind the camera.
Which is where I feel like I'm the safest and the best and the strongest. Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
So much talent over here, though. I'm telling you guys. So I first was introduced to Heather because she wrote a book called Caroline Girls. Mm-hmm. And so tell the people, what's Caroline Girls about?
Caroline Girls is a book about a little girl named Caroline who has a heart of gold, and she's not afraid to be who she wants to be. She has strong opinions. She's not afraid to tell them, but also she just cares about being kind and doing good and doing good things for the world. And so I thought, who couldn't do more of that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I met you because of that. And then you used to have a podcast called My First Dollar, and you asked if you could interview me. And it was so much fun. I felt when I heard it after you had produced it and everything, I was like, oh, this is amazing. I feel like I'm on an NPR show. Like, it was so professional and it was so neat how you put it together. It felt really amazing. And so tonight I was like, I really want to see, like, we had chemistry there. And I'm like, let's have Heather come on the show. We had coffee a few months ago and I was like, your personality is so big. It has to be here. Like, it just has to be here. And you've got so much going on. But tonight we are actually live on Facebook with all of you. Say hi in the comments because, as you know, we like to give stuff away. And tonight at the end of the show, we're giving away 4 tickets to go see the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, we want you to take your families and just have a good time. So make sure that you're participating because we're all about that. And I'm going to dive in there right now. I did see someone, Christine said hi. We've got a couple people joining right now. So we're going to be talking to you guys tonight about all kinds of stuff. This is like the variety show.
Love it.
The variety show.
Love it.
But I definitely want to talk about the Colts. Full disclosure, we are working with the Colts this year. I'm trying to show all of you exactly how family friendly it is to take your kids to the game. They actually have new things this year, like the NFL is allowing children under the age of 2 to come in as lap children for the first time ever.
That's awesome.
Previously, you had to buy a ticket for them, and I don't know.
Who wants to do that, right?
I know. It's kind of like an airplane where you're like, well, they're not going to get as much out of it.
Right.
And then you have to hire a babysitter. And then that just like triples the cost of you going to the game.
Oh, absolutely.
So now you can take your kids. So
very nice.
Blake, I'm guessing that Blake is related to you. Or that, or else you have a secret admirer stalker. He says, hi, hot guys.
Oh, gosh. He's so goofy.
Becky says, hi, ladies. Christine says, hi. Hi, everybody. Hey. So glad to have you. We've got this gang of people who are on every week, and we love talking to them. We'll start seeing some familiar names here too, some more familiar names. So what I want to talk about is, of course, you've probably all heard by now about Andrew Luck deciding to retire, and our producer's like, what? Shocked face. And I thought, did I say his name wrong? He's just pretending like he lives under a rock. So he decided to retire, and it was announced at the game. The story is that like he had planned on announcing it at a different date, but someone leaked. You know how that goes when your friends tell the news before you got a chance, which kind of like squirrel here. How do you feel about, we went to a wedding, and how do you feel about guests posting photos from the wedding, like during the wedding?
Oh, I'm here for it.
You're okay
I
with
like
that.
it.
If
Oh,
it was
yeah.
your wedding, you'd totally be fine.
Oh my
You
gosh.
don't want to be the first one.
Oh no, I don't care about that at all.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a news person. Like I'm like, get the information out there. Let's
Let
talk
them
about
see the
this.
dress. Like,
let the world know what's
let
happening.
the
Let's
world
talk about
know.
it. Yeah.
What
yeah.
about how about you guys? Let us know in the comments like how you feel about wedding guests posting those pictures of your dress beforehand, or what the decorations look like before you've had a chance to, or before you get professional pictures. I personally, for my wedding, totally fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean, there really wasn't social media
Well, me either,
at your
but,
hands
yeah.
when I was getting married.
I was going to
15
say,
years
were
ago.
they live journaling your wedding?
Yeah, they were live journaling my wedding. MySpace, you know, it's the hottest
my
thing on
gosh.
MySpace.
Yeah, right.
You know, I don't think
Right.
people were doing it from their phone.
No,
like
they
maybe
certainly
texting
won't.
people.
Yeah.
This is starting to make me feel old.
I know I don't like it. No,
Yeah,
I'm just
we talked last time how I was called old twice in 1 week by some social media users. So now I'm like, oh, maybe they
for
had something
shame.
going on there.
No,
I don't know. I'm not
no.
letting that go. You all know I'm gonna like grind that axe for life. So Christine says I wanted to post first. So I think she means
Okay.
from her wedding.
Okay.
Okay. So let's take this a step further. Guests in the delivery room. I did not have a lot of guests in my delivery room.
Me either.
But like, I know some people will have like their mother-in-law, or let's say you're not even delivering. Let's just say they come to see your baby. You haven't announced on the internet yet what the name is and all that, like just nothing. How do you feel about relatives or other people beating you to that? Like,
Oh, well, I would for sure want to announce my own child. I mean, this is the human that I made, and I select along with my husband. You know, we selected the name. I mean, yes, I would certainly want to be the one to share that information with the world.
so that's where the line is. Like,
Yeah.
like everybody knows you're getting married, so that's fine. Everybody knows you're having a baby, but they don't know what the name is. That's
Yeah.
your okay.
Yeah.
So we want to know
do you
what
think?
you guys think. Christine says that was 12 years ago. Now she might not really care. So Jen Kampmeyer says hi. She says we're
hi,
two of her
Jen.
favorite ladies.
Hey, you know, she should have brought us some wine tonight,
I
girl.
know. She has been on the show before.
I
And she
know.
always brings wine. We'll do it next time, all
Okay,
three of
okay.
us right here.
Excellent.
So, hey, Megan, good to see you. Oh, it says Megan is an anniversary follower. 4 years, Megan.
Fun.
Yay!
Happy
Megan's been
anniversary.
following Indy with Kids for 4 years. So
Love it.
that is so cool. Pooja says, I had that happen to me and I wanted to pick my baby's name and announce it, but my mother-in-law did it first.
Oh, that's even worse when it's the mother-in-law.
I
you
know.
like-
It is so hard. Yeah, Becky wants to introduce her child.
Yeah.
Christine says, my cousins have done that with a few of their kids. Very fun. So, yeah. I don't know.
How do
Okay,
you feel?
so back to
Okay.
Andrew Luck's retirement, which, okay, so here's the thing. Now,
What's the thing?
you know, see the cayenne right there a little
I
bit?
love it,
You know,
love it.
not too bad of a stretch. So Andrew Luck announced his retirement after somebody had already leaked it. And he was like, I loved where he said to it, and he's like, Mom, I'm really sorry that I'm announcing my retirement in a t-shirt and, and sweats.
So sweet.
I know. He does seem like such a sweet guy. But of course, we all know it was like the boo heard around the world.
Ugh,
I know.
hate it.
I know. What do you guys think out there? So is this like acceptable or not acceptable? I mean, maybe I'm already kind of setting it up that I'm like, it's not acceptable in my
Well, I
opinion,
mean,
but you can argue with me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just feel in general, like, I don't understand why people boo anyone ever. Like, I just kind of feel like that's just rude and that's not kind. That's not polite. Like, why?
Right.
You know, I mean, just because he's an athlete doesn't mean he has any more or any less right to. He's a human.
He's a human. Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, he made this decision and, you know, it didn't go the way he wanted it to go, and that's fine. And, you know, obviously he was struggling and that's what he wanted to do. And so I'm like, just let him live his truth, his best life, you know, like let it be.
Yeah. I didn't like listen to the booing. Like I heard about it later. I was somewhere else that night. But I was hoping in my heart that it was just sort of like the way that sports fans communicate. Like, yay, if you like something, boo if you don't like it. Like
that's an
that's what I was
interesting perspective.
hoping. But then I saw some really angry people on the internet.
People, ugh.
And I had to think that maybe that wasn't it. I don't know. I was really hoping that it was just kind of in an anthropological way,
Sure.
like that if we look at the way humans react, that it was more just that's the language of sports fans. I don't know. So that's what I was hoping for. but I just don't think it was.
No. And I think, honestly, I think people are just sad. You know what I mean? And like, they just don't like know the best way to express that emotion. They just go to anger because that's what they know best and that's easiest. And
yeah, it's true. So here's a perspective. Christine says, my husband said the timing is terrible, that people were counting on him to be there this season, but I can see both sides. That's true. There's something to be said that like, could this be likened into you're in the middle of a big project at work and then all of a sudden you're like, peace out, dude. Like, leave everybody, take your talent with you and get out of there. I mean, I can see that, but like, I mean, it's your body. And if somebody was getting beat up every single day, like if you're a teacher and just all of a sudden just your body starts falling apart while you're, at the whiteboard, then would we like fault that teacher for saying, I gotta go?
Absolutely not.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is his mental and his physical health, but his mental health as well. And I mean, I'm a huge proponent for, mental health awareness. And, if this is what he needed to do to stay healthy and sane and take care of himself and his family, then...
Yeah, I think we're on the same side here.
Yeah.
Christine says he picked family over his career. I give him props. It's ultimately is a game. Be supportive and leave him alone is my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. And so do you think that having a child coming on the way has anything to do? Do you think that maybe helped make his decision final? Like, okay, kind of pulled him to that direction. What do you think?
I mean, how could it not? You know what I mean? Like, once you know that you're about to be a parent, like that changes everything in your world. I mean, you know that.
Everything. We were at the NHRA, National Hot Rod Association, U.S. Nationals this weekend.
I saw.
And there's a motorcycle rider, a mom. Her name is Angeli. And I got to talk to her, and she was saying how, like, her motorcycle, they drive it at 300 miles per hour. Yeah, she says during races she's only gotten up to 299.8 or something like.
Oh wow!
Only. And so I said, "Oh my gosh, does anything scare you after going through? Like, if you can do that, is there anything out there that actually does scare you?" And she had her daughter there, and I think she's like around 8 years old, and she said, "You know what? The idea of something happening to her scares me." And she said, back before I had her, I would push it. I would do things that, maybe I shouldn't have done. And she says, but now that I have her and the idea of leaving her behind, she's like, I'll still go fast. I'll still do my job. But if there's a situation that makes me feel uncomfortable or I feel a little bit weird about it, I'm not doing it. And I thought, that's so true. Like, so you can still like do your job, but know how to make that decision and that. So, okay, we've got some more comments here. Mike says the Colts PR folks mishandled the entire situation. Becky Pearson says it was a lot of disrespect to Andrew Luck. He made his best choice he could for himself, his family, and the team. Amanda says that's the sad reality of social media these days. Mike says, I think if he had done this at the end of the season or at OTAs. Okay, Mike, what are OTAs? Do you know what OTAs are? Mike, tell us what OTAs are. Maybe our producer knows. All right, OTAs, then it might have received a different response. And then, Mike says baby on the way is totally different perspective. Becky says people just need to respect and support his decision to give the other guys a chance. So that said, Mayor Hogsett declared today Andrew Luck Day. So Tuesday, what is this, the 3rd? September 3rd is Andrew Luck Day here in Indianapolis, and they're encouraging everybody to send words of support and love to him for what he's done in our community. There's so many things. Like, how many of you out there, your kids went to the Change the Play camps? These are free like youth clinics that they've put on across the state of Indiana for the past few summers. We've participated the last 2 and have some really good memories from those.
Awesome.
Yeah, like he just seems like a class act, like just a nice guy.
Yeah, and he has a book club. Like he encourages childhood literacy, which is so important.
So important. Like, in fact, his social media presence is all about his book club. It's like Andrew Luck Book Club. I mean, that's his, like, he doesn't have a different one. That is his, that's his social media presence. And I just love that.
Well, and I think that his legacy is going to live on far beyond the field. Far beyond.
I wonder if this has to do with like so close to the loss of Peyton Manning as well for our team.
I mean, I definitely think Indianapolis is still suffering from that.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the loss you ever get over.
Right. There's like these ghosts, like just here's the ghost of Peyton Manning that's haunting the situation. But yeah, it is just so sad. So Megan says, I read something the other day that really resonated with me in that situation. It was that people don't take mental health as serious as they should because this is exactly what you would have told me before. He said, had he committed suicide the next day, everyone would have asked, why didn't he say something? But yet he got booed and treated poorly because he did say something.
Absolutely. You're right. I said that to you before we went on the air.
Did you read the same thing?
No.
Or was this your thought? Or did you put this out there and she read yours?
I mean, I would love to take credit for it. I don't think no.
But it's a common thread because of mental health.
Like I said, I'm a huge mental health proponent. And so, I mean, I'm all about you got to take care of your mental health. And people try to, sweep it under the rug or think that that's something that you can just kind of like, bootstrap over, and you just can't.
No, he's very unhappy. He said, I'm unhappy. Like this isn't
and why would you want
anymore.
Somebody to do if they're unhappy? Why would you want them to do anything? And is he going to be able to would he have even been able to give his best self out there?
Right.
Knowing that he's not 100% committed.
It's so true.
And fair or not, you got to think football is probably the hardest place to do that too. It's got to be the toughest place to say, I need a mental health break.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
Because it's a tough sport, and that's what they do. And so that I think that makes it harder. I don't know. My opinion on the whole thing is I think a lot of fans got upset the day of, and I saw a lot of people the next day kind of backing off of it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And in case you guys are wondering, that's our producer. And if you watch regularly, then you know that's my husband, Jacob. And he's been on the show with us. At first, I didn't realize that he was going to be on camera. So I kind of wanted to move my lips like my voice had changed. Like I was lip syncing just to throw everybody off.
We could totally do that if you want.
No, it's all good.
Hi, my name is Katy.
We got Mrs. Clark here. She says hello. And guess what? She's an anniversary follower. The print is so small on here. 3 years we've had with Mrs. Clark.
Love it.
And then Megan, she says, oh, yeah, everyone's saying they for sure miss Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
So, so go celebrate Andrew Luck Day, which is today, September 3rd, and just show your appreciation for what he did for our city. Speaking of Andrew Luck, we are giving away 4 Colts tickets today. At the end of the show, we've got a little giveaway for you guys. Share, share, share. We'd love for you to share this show tonight. If you have any friends who you think would enjoy what we talk about on the show, it's different every week. I mean, it's different. It's so different. So, but yeah, and tonight we're going to talk a little bit more about the Colts in a little bit, but definitely wanted to just kind of address the Andrew Luck situation because we haven't been on since it happened. And I just think that people are talking about it everywhere. And it is slowly starting to kind of die down. And I don't know. Another thing everybody's talking about, the red line.
Yes, the red line.
Now, you live outside of downtown.
I was going to say, it doesn't affect me.
It doesn't affect you, but it might. I mean, if you're downtown, you want to go up to Broad Ripple. I mean, there's so much. It's so exciting just driving on my way here today to just see, just people out. I mean, waiting for the bus.
Yeah.
Which has always happened, but there were more than usual. And then they're right in the middle of the street, so you can't miss them.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they're right there. It just felt like we lived in a bigger city all of a sudden. And I'm just so proud of you guys. You guys know I love this city. I am so proud of our city and just the things that are happening. I'm going to cry, y'all. So I don't know. So it's just so exciting to see this red line. If you guys are riding the red line or you have ridden the red line, it's been open since Sunday, and rides are free for the entire month of September. If you're one of those red line first flyers, first riders, let us know where you went. What should we do?
Like?
What do we need to know?
Yeah.
I think it's going to cost $1.75 per person each way. Is what I understand.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, kids under a certain age are free.
Cool.
But right now it's free for everybody for the whole month of September. So you can go try it out, figure out where you could go. But basically, my understanding is it runs from downtown to Broad Ripple. And then, you can start picking up other buses in between. I think it's really going to get people excited about public transportation. And that we're going to see kind of this growth of people using it. And the more people that use it, the more we need. I don't know. I'm very excited.
I can see.
I'm very, very excited. So that's what I'm talking about. So I want to know if you guys have been riding the red line. That's basically what I want to know. Yeah. And don't forget, we are giving away 4 Colts tickets. All you have to do tonight is participate in conversation in the comments. And, oh, yeah, we would love a share. love, love, love shares. That's the only way that we can grow our audience and have more people to talk to and talk about. I mean, you guys are so fun when you are commenting and we're chatting and stuff. That's what I was telling Heather. She's like, okay, what's it going to be like? I was like, oh, everybody just talks. She's like, everybody. I was like, oh, just in the comments. I mean, they're not really talking, but they're all part of it. So we've got Becky joining in. My mom just joined in. My parents are visiting from California.
Oh, fun.
Yes. So
just for the long weekend or?
No. So a couple weeks ago, just something kind of big happened in my life. It's not a big deal to anybody else, just me. And I realized like I was feeling like kind of like suffocated by some things that had been left undone in my life, just some responsibilities that I had shirked. And so I called my mom and I said, do you think you guys could come out here? Like, I just need somebody to watch the kids, help with meals for a couple days so I can just like buckle down and get this stuff done because there's really cool stuff on the horizon that I really can't commit to until this is out of the way. And so they're like, yeah, we'll come out. So 2 weeks later, here they are.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes. I'm so thankful. Like, there's just like, there's only been one other time in my life where I've called my mom and like, I need you. And it was a traumatic time in my life when my daughter passed away. So like for this time, just for it to be sort of a positive thing, but like I need to get stuff done, to be able to call my mom and say like, I need you. And I like don't take that lightly that I have the ability to do that. Cause I know so many of you guys out there have lost your moms and like don't have a relationship with your mom. So like, I feel so fortunate. And my dad too. I don't want to just say my mom. My dad's here. He's so awesome. We put together this, have you ever bought something on the internet when you maybe weren't in your right frame of mind?
Oh, absolutely.
Is there a name for that? I don't know. There's got to be a name for that.
We should make up a name.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's drunk shopping.
No, I was not drunk. I was happy. So like
happy shopping.
Happy shopping.
So shopping.
So there's this thing. So we have this tree house that my dad and my husband and a lot of our family members helped build a few years back. Oh my gosh, 6 years back. And we moved it with us to our new house because we love it that much. And like I've always wanted to like add on to it and stuff and like put different elements on it. Well, there's this like geometric dome. You've seen those, right? Yeah. So, I mean, who doesn't want one of those in their backyard?
Right.
So I've been looking at it for a couple of years. And then one night our friends were over and we were just sitting in the backyard. The kids were playing and I was like, you know what's missing? Is a geometric dome.
I love it.
And so I went on the internet and I'm like, oh, look, there's a coupon. If I buy it now, I'll save an extra $4, you know?
Excellent.
So that seemed like a really good idea.
Well, did you get free shipping?
I did because I have Amazon
that seals it.
Yes. So this thing, and it was like, it could be here tomorrow.
Oh, God. I love that immediacy, like the instant gratification. So good.
Yes. It was like a Friday and I'm like, it can get here Saturday. My husband can put it together Saturday and Sunday. And then we got this geometric dome. Plus I was looking at like how big my kids are getting. And I realized like
time flies.
Yeah, time flies. Like if we're going to do this geometric dome thing, it has to happen now.
Like right now.
Right now. So bought the geometric dome. Geometric dome arrived, sat in the box for a week. And then I told my husband like, put it together. Come on, we got this the next day. So he goes out with my dad and they're trying to put it together. And last night was like day 2 of trying to put it together after it sat for 4 days in between because they were so frustrated. And I learned a new term that you were never a teacher, right?
No.
Okay. So apparently teachers, when they want to curse, it's called weekend words. Like these are not words that you use in the classroom. Those are weekend words. And
what about the evenings though?
Yeah, evening words, at home words, So they were like putting it together and then they're like weekend words, instead of saying the actual words. So learned that term. That's going to be like on the show. We're going to just use that all the time. Like, weekend words,
I love it.
So geometric dome is finally assembled.
Yay!
But apparently any bad review you'll ever read about it will come from my family.
Oh, no.
Just because of the assembly.
Oh,
The kids are loving it. It's great. It's sturdy. It's strong. It was a good price. And I'm going to make them play on it every single day until they're like 14 years old. And then we will sell it and tell people it's a better value than a brand new one because it's assembled. You just like put it over your car and drive through.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So Megan says that sounds like something from IKEA.
Right.
It's true. Mrs. Clark says, love coupons. Oh, Laura says, oh, another dome story. My brother-in-law attempted to put one together without reading the instructions. Oh, I can tell you after this whole...
That's a big mistake.
It's a big mistake because you have to do like bar 1 over bar 2 over bar 3 over bar 4. There's like an order. Like if it's... Oh, my gosh. That was like the most thing. And so she says a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old, an 80-year-old, and all the grandsons trying to put it together without succeeding. It didn't help that the box had gotten wet and everything fell out when they picked it up to move it.
No.
Amy says we need a picture of the geometric dome. Ooh, I have one. I will put it in the comments for you. Definitely. I'll find that. I have it because it uploaded to the cloud last night. It's not like the most clear, wonderful picture because I took it in the dark because that's when we were done putting it together. Last night, that was probably the only win. I'm going to tell you that we love making pizza on the grill. I mean... It is so much fun. If you have never done that, you should do it. But yesterday we went to go buy the dough for making the pizza on the grill. They didn't have the dough that we usually use. So I was like, that's okay. We'll use this refrigerator roll-out pizza dough. No, we won't. Well, first I'm going to tell you something really gross. You like gross stories, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't put a picture in the comments for some reason. I'll get it out for you guys soon. So my husband goes up and fires up the grill. There were mice in there. Baby mice. Baby mice.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
Oh, no.
It was not pretty. He's like, but my husband's a giver-upper. So he like closed down the lid. He turns to me. He's like, we cannot eat here tonight. And I said, what? He's like, there were mice in here. I was like, okay, well, they're gone now, right? He's like, no. They're still there. So then I was like, well, man up, clean it up. Like, let's make pizza. So it was very tragic. My kids were heartbroken. It was horrible, like so sad. So then we started getting going with the grill, put the first pizza dough on there, and it's like karma, you know. Well, didn't go so well. So then we tried take 2 and I messed up. And so then finally, so that was like 2 pizza crusts down. And so finally I'm like, forget it. We're ordering pizza. And my husband's like, what? Come on, we'll try it with the next one. I was like, no, we're already out 2. There's only 4 left and there's 11 people and they're like the little ones. I was like, we're done. Order pizza. So that gave us a whole hour to work on the geometric dome.
Excellent.
We recruited everybody.
A nice geometric lining.
Yeah, that was our only win. Only win there. So let's see. We've got some good comments. Oh, yeah. Laura says about the geometric dome, not all red, white, and blue pieces are created the same. Very true. Megan's going to use the term weekend words. Amy says when they're teenagers, sell the geometric dome so they don't go there to make out with their bays.
That's true. Gosh, other worries.
It's true. It is very true. Yeah, I knew a kid that had a tree house that was like a thing.
Oh, gosh.
Not with me. I knew a kid. I was an adult. Yeah, that was okay. So Christine, they redid their boys' room this weekend. So yeah, lots of weekend words for Christine. Becky wants us to come assemble hers now. Jacob, how much would you charge to put together someone else's geometric dome now that you have the experience?
$500.
Really?
No, I mean, yeah. You definitely need 2 people, and I would say, just beer.
Beer? Wow.
Case of beer. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it's not too bad once you get the hang of it, but
maybe it could be one of those things where everybody brings their geometric dome to us.
My guess is everyone's geometric dome is different, though.
Oh, that's true. So it has to be the exact same kind. I'll send you guys the link, okay, and then you can recruit Jacob for that one. I don't know. Have you ever put together something like terribly difficult?
No, I am a giver-upper too. So I'm just like, whatever, I can't do it. It's too hard. So no, I usually let my husband do that kind of stuff.
Would he have done it, or do you think you might have sent it back? I don't know how
he would have done it. He would have done it for sure.
I don't know how we could have
Props
sent
to
it
you,
back.
hubby. You would have done it.
Yeah. You think he's still watching?
For the record, I'm not a fan of the term giver-upper. I'm not all about eating charred mouse flavored pizza.
Well, that's true.
I'm not sure that's giving up.
We've got a ton of like the green faces, the crying tears, the gross.
Yeah.
Nobody liked the mouse stories. I think we lost some viewers on that one.
Well, then they can't win Colts tickets.
Yeah, then you can't win Colts tickets.
Must be present to win.
So if you guys are still interested in winning those 4 Colts tickets, thanks for sticking through the mouse story. We're giving away 4 Colts tickets for the next home game, which is coming up, and you get to take your friends. It is in the 400 level section, and everybody's going to have a good time there because you can take your kids now. So let's see, you've got 4 tickets. If you had 4 children under the age of 2, you could actually take 8 people to the game with these tickets.
That's a discount. I mean, that's a deal.
That's a really good deal.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and 4 kids might be a lot though.
In one little section, like on laps, like nobody can see except for the kids. And then the people behind you are like, what the heck? There's 4 kids in front of me. Yeah, that would be really fun. So all you have to do to win is comment. We're going to be picking somebody out of the comments randomly tonight. And of course, the more comments you make, the more chances. Every comment is an entry.
Excellent.
But we definitely love when you guys participate with us. So tons of fun. Megan says 4 is perfect. So I bet she's got a family of 4 or has some people she wants to leave home.
There you go. Bring some friends.
So let's see. We've got a bunch of anniversary followers with us tonight. And then we also have our top fan.
Yeah.
Becky Brockman. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Becky.
She is a top fan. I know what I can share with you guys. Becky is actually the Bambino community organizer for the south side of Indy. Have you used Bambino?
I have not.
Okay. I'm pulling it up right now. Bambino is an app where you can book your babysitters on your app, but it's connected to your personal Facebook page. So like the sitters that I've used, you can see that I've used them and what I've rated them.
Oh,
and then you go in, you pick them based on their availability, based on their rating, based on what they charge. That's kind of a number one for me.
Right.
How much are you charging for this? I'm going to actually send you guys my referral link, which means that we each get $10 off if you guys use this. Nice. But I just used Bambino again the other day. Disclaimer, they do not work with us, but this is a link for my affiliate. But you can get $10 off, and so can I when you
share the love.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this with you guys because I have really enjoyed it. I've used it twice. We have a regular babysitter that we use a lot, but then when she's not available, it's been so nice. And I'll tell you that we had one come a week ago, and it's always weird when you leave your kids with someone that you don't personally know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just kind of weird. And so then I was kind of like, okay, is there anything else that I'm supposed to tell you or that you need to know? Like, it's just that awkward kind of like dance. So I shared the link in there with you guys. But she's like, no, that's fine. So I left my phone number, left my husband's number, and then come back. The kids are all in bed. Okay, do you go check on your kids after the babysitter leaves?
Yeah, but I do that at night anyways. Like before I go to bed, like I always go back.
Such a good mom.
I just want to make sure. Well, I don't know if I'm a good mom. I'm like, all right, I just want to like make sure they're still breathing, everything's good, that they're in bed.
Yeah,
yeah. I always do every night anyway. So.
Okay, so I don't do it every night, but then there's this like feeling of like, okay, the babysitter's gone. Like, are my kids in their room? Like, should I?
Where else could they be?
I'm like, are they in there? So that I go check and like they're there. I did not wake them up. That's my other thing is I don't want to wake them up.
Oh, absolutely.
My kids are super light sleepers, and the whole thing, if you know me, is I will stay out an extra half hour or so beyond the time everybody else leaves to avoid putting my kids down to bed if I have a sitter. Like I can sit at a restaurant all by myself for half an hour to avoid that. Because
I don't blame you.
Like once you get home, then that like extends it even more.
Yeah.
But so my kids woke up the next morning, didn't even say hi to me. They're all like,
rude.
Can she come back? Can Ella come back? Can we have Ella come back again? Every single one of them, even my like little one that can barely speak, was like, can Ella come again? So,
but that's gonna make you feel good though.
It made me feel really good. So just a little plug for Bambino. So it's really, really fun. Aaron Gardner says, I'm late, but I'm here. Aaron Gardner is also a top fan.
Hi.
Welcome, Aaron Gardner. Becky says, we're a family of 2. We'd love to take a friend to see the Colts.
That would be fun. You get a day of it.
Mm-hmm. Christine says, we have a hard time finding a babysitter. We have to try this. Yes. And the other Christine, I think it's Christine. Christine or Kristen. I'm not sure. But this should be available in Kokomo. Becky can let you know for sure. But yeah, so it is really awesome. So Bambino, if you need a babysitter, for sure. I dropped my link in there. I'll do it again for you guys in case you missed it. Oh, that's the thing that I bought. So I'll send that to you guys in a minute. But yeah, check out Bambino and you can have your date nights. And if you use my link, we each get $10 towards our next babysitter night. You know, that's for that extra half hour to an hour that I need to stay behind so that they get put to bed. So I don't know. Oh, so okay. So there's this thing that you posted. How many of you guys out there do Instagram stories? If you are on Instagram, drop your link to your page or your username on here, and I'll follow you. Ours is Indie with Kids, of course. But I follow you, and it's Heather Chastain. That's your username on there, which is coincidentally your name.
Absolutely.
Wait, probably not a coincidence. So you posted something a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh my gosh, we need to talk about this on the live. Yeah. So tell us what you posted.
So a couple weeks ago, I went to meet somebody that I never met before, and he called me a mega babe. And it was like a networking thing. Like that made it sound like it was like a date or something. No, and it was a networking thing. And I was like immediately offended. Not only because it was like kind of unprofessional, but I'm like, I know what I am. Like, I'm not a mega babe. Like, let's be real here. So like, I don't like when people like lie to me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you're beautiful.
Well, thank you.
I'm not lying to you.
But I was like, no. So then I get home and I'm like telling my husband about this, and I'm like, oh my God, can you believe that? I mean, my God, I am a 6 on my best day. Like, I am a 6. And he's like, oh my gosh, you are higher than a 6. Of course, his rationale for why I'm higher than a 6 is because he would never marry someone that low in the know. I know.
It's about him.
What? I was like, are you kidding? So he's like, no. He's like, I'm much higher than that, and I wouldn't dip that low. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I understand the attractive scale. And so anyway, in a quest to prove my point, I found this image online that broke down by men and women, like from a number 10 to 1. And they put pictures of people, you know, who qualified for that number. Although I have to tell you, I felt like it was kind of a hard scale, even though it did prove my point. Because it said, if you were ever called pretty or cute, then you're a 6, which I was like, absolutely. Like when I was single, like the best. I usually just got cute. And so I was like, you know, that's a 6. But like I said, I was kind of joking around with them before I really found this. And I said, you know, who do you think you are, Ryan Gosling? Well, he was only an 8. And now I got to tell you, like, I mean, I'm not trying to say like I'm hot for the gauze or anything like that. But like, I mean, I was like, oh, he's only an 8? Like, what do you think?
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cute.
And then who was the 9 that they listed? It was somebody else Chris Pratt, I think, was number 9. And I was like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like 10 is sort of an unachievable number. Like, I don't think that 10 really exists. That's my personal opinion. But
well, I'm going to post a link if you guys want to see, is maybe not the best link, to the scale that Heather actually posted. I'm actually impressed because I look at this scale of attractiveness. And if you guys want to click on that, make sure you don't click out of our show. What do? You like control and then like right click or something. I don't know. So I'm impressed that you like know who these people are. I'm so terrible at like recognizing movie stars. You all are going to know these people, but I guess I
know Chris Pratt.
Yeah. He's been in the news a lot recently.
Parks
like,
and Rec.
He just got,
I recognize some of these people, but I don't know their names. Like, I might be able to tell you what they're in, but I don't know their
John
names.
Krasinski was like he was a 7.
So wait, I thought, there's some weekend words in here.
Katy,
yes.
How would you rank Ron Swanson?
Like, on a normal attractiveness level, like maybe a 5 or a 6. But I personally am attracted to Ron Swanson. He is the character played by Nick Offerman on Parks and Rec.
Yes.
I am not attracted to Nick Offerman. I'm attracted to Ron Swanson.
Well, and that makes sense. And that's what my husband said. He said you also have to factor, when you're thinking of attractiveness, you also have to look at personality, charisma, and something else. And so he said that no matter what I was, that because of my personality would bump me up exponentially.
Is that Amy Schumer, number 4?
I think so.
Okay, so that's my doppelganger. So now I know where I lie.
No.
I'm a 4.
No.
I'm a 4.
Definitely
that is so funny.
That,
but there's weekend words in there, but it says 4s are at just the right level to get with any level 5, 6, or 7 male. As a result, 4s can have dozens of partners. These women, there's like
Yeah.
It says I settle with a male 5. So male 5, hey. He's higher than
Confirmed.
me. Confirmed. So I'm a 4. You're a 7. So let's talk about this guy calling you a babe.
What? No.
You said a mega babe.
A mega
babe.
And what's worse is that it was like right when I walked in. So it was so awkward because I walk in and we were meeting at this restaurant. And so the waitress is like, oh, how many? And I said, well, actually, I said, he might already be here because I had showed up like exactly at the time that we'd agreed to meet. And she said, oh, I did just seat this guy over here if you want to go look and see if that's him. I said, okay.
So awkward. Just leave your name. If you don't know somebody and you're meeting, leave your name.
Right. And so I don't know, so it felt weird. And so when I went up to the table, I was just like, oh, hi, are you, so-and-so? And he was like, oh yeah. And so then he stood up and shook my hand. And then he was like, oh, how did you know I was sitting back here? So I tell him what happened. And then he's like, yeah, I should have just told him I was waiting for a mega babe. And I was like,
oh my gosh, awkward.
So of course I was like,
did he know you were married?
Oh yeah, because we were friends on Facebook. Like he friended me on Facebook like before that, and so then he asked me like a ton of questions about like my husband and stuff like that. And so I was kind of like, I don't know. But the whole rest of the meeting was very flirty, and I was very like uncomfortable. Like I didn't know what to do, and so I knew that we had at least mutual on Facebook friend.
Yeah,
and I was like, she will tell me the truth. Like she will tell me what's going on with this guy because I was like, I didn't know how to play it. Like and he seemed harmless, but like the flirting was just so overt that I was like, I did, and so anyways, and so she just kind of was like, I was like, what do you know about him? And she's like, I mean, like he's a solid guy, like his work, like he'll never be sorry, like you worked with him or whatever. And I was like, well, what about this? And she just busted out laughing.
He's out of reputation.
And then she's like, yeah, that's just him. And she's like, and she goes, I knew that before I met him, so like I was not caught off guard. She's like, but I could see how that would be very like off-putting and like kind of rock you a little bit if you didn't know that like he was, and like he hugged me when we left. And
I'm a hugger. I'm okay with hugs.
I'm not a huge hugger, but definitely again after a flirty meeting and all this, and it was supposed to be kind of like a professional thing, and it was the first time we met. I was like, I don't really want to hug you.
I know,
but I did because I'm like, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't want to make it awkward,
Right. He already did. Why would you add more to?
Right.
Well, when you and I met, was I too flirty?
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but since we're here in front of everyone and your anniversary followers.
I know. Here we are, 2 mega babes.
Right. Yeah, there we go.
The 4s and the 6s.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? We're just riding right in the middle. There you go.
Yes. Megan says, awkward. Teresa says, Erin, you're my friend. She says, you and Amy are higher than a 4. And then we also had someone say, you are not a 4 or Amy Schumer. But I'm telling you, so fun fact, one day someone sent me a picture of Amy Schumer and said, oh my gosh, I thought this was you for a second. And sure enough, like we had like the same dress on. Like I have the same dress that she was wearing. And we do look a little similar sometimes in some of our
I guess
things that we do.
Kind of
right. She's taller, more rich.
Damn, that money gets me all the time.
Darn it. But the other thing is my maiden name is Schumer.
Oh, so
Katy
funny.
Schumer and Amy Schumer. So, like, not only is she my doppelganger by looks, but our names are very similar.
Oh,
so, like, my classmates are like, whoa. So, I don't know.
So funny.
Kind of fun. But, okay, so Leanne says, family of 5 here, all boys except for me and the dog. The younger ones have never attended a game. We'd love to go. Also, Chris Pratt's best work was as Andy Dwyer. See, I wasn't attracted to him. Not even his character. I don't know. I mean, I felt bad for him. Like, sometimes it's hard to be attracted to someone that you pity so much.
That's true.
So much. So, Becky says in your situation, she would have tried to get out ASAP. More accolades for Bambino.
How, though? How do you get out of there?
Hey, Sierra. Yay. Everyone says Amy Schumer is a looker. No, Teresa says she's so pretty. Definitely a compliment. Well, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think she's funny. Like, I would love to be funny like her, but she uses way more weekend words than me.
Lots of weekend words.
But I use weekend words.
Oh,
in fact, I got in trouble from my husband last night for using weekend words.
My husband gets on me sometimes too.
But I mean, I told you what happened with the pizza.
I know.
The mice. the geometric dome.
I know. It's a high pressure situation.
It was.
I mean, weekend words are going to come out.
Total weekend word kind of night. Completely. So you may have heard we're giving away 4 Colts tickets in just a minute. So first, I want to show you just a quick little video clip of when we took our kids to the Colts game to kind of see how family friendly it is. So more right after this. And we're back. So that was our little Colts adventure.
Looked super fun.
We took our 2 oldest because we have 4 tickets, which we're giving to you guys for the next game. And we had to leave the other 2 at home because they're a little too old to be lap children.
Oh.
But just so you know, children under the age of 2 can be lap children. They also have like a mother's nursing pod that
cool.
Momavation. I can't remember exactly what it's called. They had family restrooms right by where we were sitting, which is awesome. And then throughout the whole stadium.
So helpful for parents.
So helpful. And I told our family who were watching our other kids, I said, we're probably just going to go for a short time, like maybe an hour or 2. We'll probably leave a little bit after halftime. We were like the last people to leave the stadium.
Aww.
I really didn't think that they would be as entertained. But the Colts really like put it all out there. I mean, when you get there, there's like, I don't know if you saw like the guys doing the bucket drumming and everything. They have the touchdown town like right outside where like there's just so much going on. Like my kids, the face painting, the hair coloring. There's drummers, there's music, there's people cooking because they're doing their big tailgating thing. There's just so much going on that you'll want to get there early. And then when you finally get to your seats, it doesn't end. I mean, there's a band inside, like up in one of the, I don't know what they're called, like the ends of the stadium. Okay. So there's like a band playing there. There's escalators to ride, which is always a big deal in our
Absolutely.
house. Yep. I guess if you're not on the 100 or if you're on the 100 level, maybe you don't have an escalator, but in our seats, we have an escalator to ride. There's a lot going on the field. There's like,
is Blue running around?
Yes, Blue is down there. There's fireworks when the team comes out. They're like, people are getting proposed to. Like, I mean, there's just so much going on. Aww. It is awesome. And they also have, if you have a kid who is just sensory overload, the ushers can work with you on that and help get you to a situation that might be a little bit better for you. Or, I don't know. There's just like different accommodations that I've seen happen for other people that is just amazing. And there's so much to do. Like, there is so much to do. So we stayed until the end. I mean, my kids loved the confetti falling from the ceiling. They were collecting it and then doing their own confetti throws. That's like, what my kids would do it was a really, really fun thing. Yeah. So Mrs. Clark says that looked awesome. We've never been to a Colts game. Megan says escalators are a fun ride at any age, everything. So Laura says, I watched a special on TV yesterday about the 4 female team owners in the history of the NFL. One of their dads was responsible for starting the NFL, and another one's husband started the Super Bowl, and she's attended every one of them. Such interesting life stories. Yeah. Erin says, those escalators are scary. They are like pretty long. And what I don't like is like, when you're up because they both like, they don't come down until the game is over. So it is so much fun. But it is. There's a lot to do. Megan says, so cool you guys were on the field. Yeah, so I felt like super special that we got to be on the field, and it was super special. But then at the end of the game, they let everybody go on the field. So like we had all of our field pictures. We're like, look at us on the field. And then like everybody's posting field pictures by the end of the game. So you never know what's going to happen, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, you might even be there when Andrew Luck retired, you know, like we missed that one. But I mean, there's just so much. You never know what's going to happen. Could be a good game, could be a bad game, a good time to teach your kids about losing and sportsmanship, winning and sportsmanship. Yeah. I mean, there's just so much going on. And our kids that we took are age 7 and 9 had a blast, especially because we were sitting with other children, which was fantastic. They have a really cool like junior cheerleading program that our friend Danielle's daughter was in. So we were watching them on the field that day. Like, oh my gosh, it was just like, it was just meant to be that we were there on that day because it was just completely fabulous. So, good. So we're giving away those 4 tickets, giving those away to you guys. Comment, like, share, let us know that you want to go. So we're going to do that. I have one more little video to show everybody just because, so I told you guys my parents are here. And we are here at Edge Media Studios, which this is probably, I think, our 3rd time here. Tonight is our 3rd time here. And my husband has the pleasure of working here. And so we're very fortunate to get to use the studios. And we thank his employer so much for this. It's just definitely like been more fun than being in my office. You know how that goes. Fancy. I like it here. Super fancy. So if you're looking for a place to podcast, live stream, if your employer needs a place, you guys give them a call to find out, you know, if it fits within your budget. It's fabulous. But so since my parents are here, we wanted to show off everything. Yeah. And so we brought them in earlier tonight and we let the kids record a little show. So we're going to show that to you. And then we're going to give away our 4 Colts tickets coming right up. Must be present to win. If we call your name and you're not on the chat saying, I won, then we're going to give them to somebody else. So here we go.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Kids Show. I am Lucy. This is
That is Lenny. James,
Scout,
Quinn,
and welcome to our Kids Show. Scout's going to talk about what happened at the Colts game.
At the Colts game, the Colts won by I think 2 or 1, and they were really great. The Colts. I saw that they were really working forward to it, and so I've been very inspired by them.
James and Quinn will tell you about what we ate for dinner tonight. Go ahead. We ate at Brothers.
Quinny, what did we eat? Fries and cheeseburger, and then pickles.
James will tell us about what happened to the drag race.
These cars were very fast, and there were parachutes that stopped them, and that also would happen to some motorcycles. And we got some new toys and surprises.
And yesterday was Labor Day, and Scout and I got to interview some soccer players.
It was fun.
The end.
Bye.
Thank you guys for letting me show my little kids off. That was so that we could show my parents kind of how the studio works. So we didn't really practice anything. We just told them, like, make sure you introduce yourself and then talk about what you want to talk about. So it was really fun. They were having really fun with that. So next time maybe we'll rehearse and it'll be even better. But I think they did a good job.
They were very cute.
Well, we're going to give away our 4 Colts tickets now. This is for the 400 section. I can't remember 400 level. I can't remember exactly which section, but I will pop those in the mail to you and you will get them in time for the game. I know there's like a couple people that didn't get something in the mail last week, so we'll put tracking on this one and make sure that you get it before the game. But yeah, so let's see. We've been picking. I've got 3 to pick from here because we did a draw of 3, and now we'll pick from those 3.
Okay.
So, all right. Do you have something? Yeah, drum roll. Oh, yeah. I don't know if they can hear that. All right. We're going to give you guys 4 Colts tickets for the next home game. Laura Hoffman Dunham. If you are here, let us know in the comments. Just say something like, I won. And then I also need you to send me a private message so that I can tell you where to pick them up at the Indie with Kids studios, not here at Edge Media Studios. We're not as fancy. We have a mailbox.
It's all good. It's all good.
So you can pick them up there. So lots of more giveaways coming up this year. We have some awesome partnerships with a lot of local sports teams for the first time ever. And we've got some good giveaways from them because we're trying to get you guys out there enjoying new and exciting things. You know, we've got the best parks here. We've got the best small businesses here, the best large businesses here, and the best sports teams here. What are we, like the amateur sports capital of the world?
Oh, I believe it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have everything.
Oh, absolutely.
We have like ultimate frisbee. We have roller derby, like lots of roller derby. We've got soccer and hockey and football and baseball and everything. So basketball, lots of basketball, WNBA, NBA. We've got it all, Heather.
Oh, yeah.
We live in the best place.
It's a really good place and it's affordable and it's family friendly and now you can ride the red line.
Now you can ride the red line. Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let's see if Laura said anything. I think she's on here. Yeah, she said it. So she's going to message me. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's way fun when you're here. We'll be back next week. And let me tell you, next week we're going to be on here with the Marion County Commission on Youth. And we're going to be talking about bullying. So just like a super important topic. We're going to talk about how you can talk about it with your kids. We're going to tell our own bullying stories and then hear some of yours as well. So we'll keep it lighthearted, but we'll also keep it informative. And we want to hear your thoughts on it all next week, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Be here. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for joining us, Heather.
Oh, thanks for having me. Bye.